Hello and welcome to Thursday's English lesson. So today our word of the day is chronic, and that means a problem, usually an illness lasting a long time. In the book, Liam refers to chronic dadliness, so we might find out a bit about what that is. For our grammar and punctuation today, we're going to look at something new. This is part of our learning for Year 5 grammar and punctuation. So this is brackets for parenthesis. Okay, so I'll read through what's on this screen, then we'll have a look at some examples together. Parenthesis is a word, phrase, or clause inserted into a sentence to add extra subordinate or clarifying information. So it's extra information that we don't need, but it's always good to have. When a parenthesis is removed, the sentence still makes sense on its own. And that's a really important point. So when you remove any text that you put in brackets, when you take the brackets away and the words that are in them out, the sentence should still make sense. The most common way to show parenthesis is to use brackets within a sentence to add information for detail or clarification. What is key to remember is that the sentence to which the parenthesis is being added should make grammatical sense whether the information in the brackets is there or not. So the information is useful to your reader, but they don't need it. So here are some examples. George Washington, the first American president, was born in 1732. I went to the cinema to meet James, my eldest brother. I love strawberries and raspberries, but I'm not keen on blackberries. So you can see in the first sentence here, George Washington, the first American president, was born in 1732, that actually if we take the brackets out and the information in the brackets out, we get George Washington was born in 1732. That makes sense on its own. So therefore the brackets have been used correctly. If you have to have the information in the brackets in there to make the sentence make sense, then it isn't correct. So the subordinate or bracketed information, the first American president, adds extra detail to the main sentence, so it's great to have it, but we don't have to have it. Okay, so in the second sentence, we don't have to know that James is the person's eldest brother, but it's nice to know that. And also, if you're cooking for this person, it's good to know that they like raspberries as well as strawberries, but it's more important to know they like strawberries, so we can feed them strawberries, but we're not going to give them blackberries. But because of the brackets, we can add a few raspberries in there as well. So it's just a bit of extra information. So in our text today, we are going to hear this particular sentence. I'm sure you can work out who the I and the her are in this sentence. So we've got, I woke her up, she wasn't happy, and went to get changed. So we can remove the text in the brackets and the sentence still makes sense. I woke her and went to get changed. Okay, so I woke somebody up and I went to get changed. But by adding the extra information, she wasn't happy, we already know what mood Florida is in. And judging by what we've read so far, we can look forward to many more tantrums and fireworks in the chapter to come. So in a few weeks, we're going to be asking you to use your own brackets in your writing. So you can always refer back to this to help you, but we'll be looking at it many more times, so don't worry. Today's Can I? As a reader, can I retrieve and infer information about characters from a text? I've got a really simple task for you today. I've got a resource sheet for you, which I'll show you in a moment, and 3 chapters that I'd like you to listen to. The main information that you will get today will be from the first chapter that you listen to when Liam and Florida, little hint here, get on a plane. And what I'd like you to do is you will meet 4 dads. One of them is Liam, then you'll meet 3 other dads on the plane. And I would like you on your sheet just to write down everything that you learn about those dads. It might be something that you know because the text directly tells you, like one of them has a bald head. We can add that in there. You will also find out the names of each of their children, which you can add in there. And also anything that you can infer about them. So for example, we know that they are very competitive by the way that they talk about their children. Now, there are some things that I've already put in there for Liam that we've learned earlier on. Feel free to add to that. You can also add things from these chapters as well, okay? So the more detail you record about each character, the easier the writing task will be in a couple of weeks. But don't panic about it because I'm doing it as well, so you can always look at mine later on if you get stuck. So record what they look like, what they're interested in, the name of their child, why they've been selected, and what their personality traits are. So for example, as I've said, they are all very competitive. I will just show you the sheet that you're going to be using. So here's the sheet that you will see. So it tells you what to do at the top, and then it's got the names of each of the characters there. And if I'll just give you a quick glimpse at my one. So that's the information that I got from this, but you're not going to look at that for long. Okay, and today there's no more chapters to listen to after this. In fact, you can pretty much just chill out and listen to chapters 12 and 13. You might get some extra information about Liam, but you won't get a huge amount about the other characters. You'll hear a little bit more about them in chapter 13 when they all come back together, but it's more kind of their reaction to when they first see the rocket together, which is quite amusing. I do like the way that they the kids all focus in on something particular that really annoys Dr. Drax, which is great. So enjoy the rest of the story, and I will see you tomorrow.